Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Steak Stumper. Collectively, we are the Office Blokes, and a couple of others. We've got other channels going on. So Office Bloke Dave, bit of music stuff, songs I used to write years ago. Office Bloke Daz, there's going to be a really fun segment coming on there soon.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get it perfect.
Yeah,
I'm just working on it at the moment, so to make sure the right content's on there.
Nice.
Think What Grinds My Gears, Peter Griffin, and it's What Does My Head In with Office Bloke Daz. It's going to be pretty fun.
It's going to be a storm.
I think it'd be good.
Build it up now. It's got to be good now, ain't it?
We build things up all the time and nothing happens. Anyway, yeah, so give us a follow there if you will. We do appreciate it massively. So, why sharks get creepier the deeper you go? I'm going to guess because there's no light in the deep sea, so they don't need eyes.
Got the big eyes bulging out. Or
they don't have eyes. Well, they will have eyes, but they'll be they won't do much.
Yeah, but this is the reason me and Mike don't go in the sea.
It will be, yeah, I can imagine.
Like,
I've seen sort of pictures and films of some animals really deep in the oceans before, and some do look a bit,
I love the
weird.
deep sea.
They look really strange. But
yeah, there's a Blue Planet episode from years ago about the deep sea, and it's unbelievable. It's my favourite one. Just all these weird, bizarre creatures, because there's no light. It's all infrared and bioluminescence and stuff.
I like watching it, but you won't go. Someone says, "Do you want to go down there and have a look?" I'm like, "Nah, mate, I'll be all right up here. Just put it on the TV for me."
yeah, see you when you get back.
Yeah, if you get back.
Fair enough. Right, well, let's do it. Why sharks get creepier the deeper you go.
There is one group of creatures that has dominated the oceans for 450 million years.
Long time. Wow.
A time during which sharks have had the opportunity to adapt and diversify into an array of weird and wonderful species. Many, like the...
It feels like, do you remember that Wear Sunscreen song years ago that went to number one 15 years ago? Yeah. A guy just talking over a beach.
I was thinking about that song the other day, you know.
Were you?
Yeah.
I've not thought about that for years.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah.
That's strange.
Well-known great white shark have adapted to life in the open ocean as apex predators at the top of the food chain. But the deeper you go into the gaping void of the deep sea, the more peculiar and otherworldly they become. Let's take a look at these fascinating yet often misunderstood inhabitants of the oceans.
What's that? They look like sharks.
When we think of sharks, many of us picture them as mindless killers. But sharks are far more remarkable than mere monsters. They are highly specialized predators, demonstrating an array of adaptations in order to survive the various habitats of the ocean. Near the surface, pelagic sharks like blue sharks, makos and great whites exhibit fairly similar features. They are streamlined to allow for faster movement, and bluish-grey so that they can blend in with their environment. But these sharks represent just the tip of the iceberg. For lurking in deeper waters is a world of elusive, mysterious, and often gigantic shark species. From the bioluminescent lantern shark to the parasitic cookie-cutter shark that tears chunks from whales and dolphins. To understand why sharks of the depths are so different to those at the surface, we must find out what caused them to diversify in this way. The evolutionary history of sharks possibly dates back to the late Ordovician period, 450 million years ago. In the time that followed, these primitive sharks evolved in a number of ways, with one group of cartilaginous fish having diverged 420 million years ago to become the alien-like chimera, relatives of true sharks, but belonging now to a different classification. By the early Jurassic period, 195 million years ago, the oldest known order of modern sharks, the hexantiforms or six-gill sharks, had emerged. It was now that they evolved slender, fast-moving bodies and flexible, protruding jaws, allowing
That's what that vegan woman was talking about with sexy animals, wasn't it? Long, slender bodies protruding.
Sexy animals.
I'm finding the audio really distracting. Like the music being that
music,
loud.
yeah.
He's put reverb on his voice as well while he's talking, so it's all spooky and cavernous.
You said something before, like you described the size of the ocean as a something void. I can't remember what you called it now, what the word we used was. But it was like, that was creepy just in itself, the way he was describing it. It was like...
Cavernous void, was it?
Yeah, whatever it was, it just sounded massive.
Yeah. Could have said massive, couldn't he? I mean, or bigger.
It's like a chicken when you take the giblets out.
To eat prey larger than themselves. While many sharks we find in our oceans today have changed immensely since the Jurassic, the few that remain unchanged, the living fossils, appear peculiar in comparison. Most notably, they have 6 or 7 gill slits instead of the usual 5 found on most sharks. This can be observed in the frilled shark, with its slim, eel-like body and snake-like head.
Smiling.
Imagine just fucking swimming that.
Another member of this order, the blunt-nosed six-gill shark, has a single dorsal fin placed well down on its back, as well as an anal fin. Features that are remnants from their
Here we go. Here we go.
That's the name of my new band. We are Anal Fin.
The anal fins and the Ferrora. Is that what he said? What was the word?
Fororu.
Maybe that's anal fin.
ancestors of the ancient seas. What's even stranger is the fact that many of these more ancient sharks, including both the hexantiforms and the squaliforms, now seem to inhabit the deeper regions of our oceans. A feature that is best explained when we take a look at their adaptations and the conditions of their world. In the depths, there is less dissolved oxygen present in the water. This suggests that for 6-gill, frilled and 7-gill sharks, it is advantageous to have more gill slits so that they are more efficient at absorbing the oxygen they need. So there is no cause for them to evolve to lose the extra slits. Contrastingly, sharks that move to the shallows have no need for the extra slits, so they lost them over time. The large eyes of 6 gills is also an advantage, allowing them to take in as much light as possible. Other deep-sea sharks reflect light in a process known as biofluorescence. The cat shark is one of such sharks, possessing the ability to reflect blue light and re-emit it as green light in order to attract mates. Another feature that we observe is that the deeper dwelling sharks tend to be far larger. The Greenland shark, for example, grows to 24 feet or 7.3 meters long, making it one of the largest sharks in the ocean, larger even than the well-known great white shark. This is due to the phenomenon of deep-sea gigantism, the tendency of deep-sea creatures to grow to larger sizes than their relatives from the shallows. Being larger means they lose less energy as heat, and in the nutrient-poor depths, becoming more efficient is the only way to survive this extreme environment. A full video explaining deep-sea gigantism can be found on our channel. But in addition to being larger,
I love stuff like this, by the way.
Deep sea gigantism. Something I never thought I'd come across ever in my life.
No.
And here I am. Made it.
It's grim. It really. I mean, you shouldn't be anywhere. The light can't get down there through water. I mean, it's got to be pretty.
If the light's not there, I ain't going.
I wouldn't go if it was light there, to be honest. But
would you rather go into space?
I'd go into space for free now.
On a rocket?
Yeah.
Or in a submarine
space all
the
day.
deep sea?
Oh, I think I'd prefer to go into space.
Space all day.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I probably would. You know.
Submarine, deep sea for me.
Yeah. Don't know.
Nah. At least I've got room to manoeuvre in fucking space. In the sea, confined to the water.
Yeah.
I don't mean you on your own in space. I mean in a rocket.
You know, learn to fly.
Yeah. How do I get this in first gear? Where's the clutch? Can't even turn it on. Looking around for the on button.
Where's the window winder?
the Greenland shark has also evolved to live its life in slow motion. With its highly slowed metabolism, it can go for very long periods of time without eating, and is able to become the longest living vertebrate on the planet, growing up to 500 years old at depths of 7,200 feet or 2,200
Fit right in there,
meters.
your age.
The feeding habits of deep-sea sharks are quite different from shallower species. While makos and great whites rely on speed and agility to hunt down fast-moving prey, sharks here must be opportunistic and depend largely on carrion. At sunken whale corpses, they use their serrated teeth as knives to saw and tear away at the flesh. Another species, the goblin shark, has a flabby body and a large liver to allow it to remain buoyant in very deep water. It is an elusive species, as are many of the creatures that inhabit the deepest parts of the ocean.
It's a weird looking thing, isn't it?
Really odd. Yeah.
In fact, one of the largest shark species on the planet, the megamouth shark, was discovered for the first time as recently as 1976.
Wow.
It is a filter feeder, preying on zooplankton at the surface during the night and returning to the depths during the day. This behavior is known as diel vertical migration, the synchronized movement of zooplankton and fish up and down the water column over a daily cycle. Overall, deep-sea sharks are understandably unique in the lightless, high-pressure and nutrient-poor depths. Adopting more ancient adaptations, such as more gill slits, flabbier, slow-moving bodies, and larger sizes, is advantageous. It underpins a distinct difference between these deeper species and sharks of the shallows, which have evolved differently in order to become smaller and faster. The deep sea is a different world to the surface waters, where food is plentiful and survival is less of a challenge for a predator. Check out the brand new Deep Sea Hub over on our...
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? It's just fascinating. I mean,
Yeah.
what's the percentage of seas that are unexplored?
Unexplored. Oh, I think it's like minuscule, the stuff that's explored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They reckon we know more about
That's like
space.
95% or something, isn't it?
It's a huge amount,
Yeah.
I think, isn't it? It's just vast, isn't it? Absolutely vast, really.
Yeah.
I love it. Find it so interesting.
What's that noise? Is it the rain?
Lorraine.
Lorraine.
Hi,
Lorraine. I think it is, yeah. It's a storm today, isn't it?
It's a
pro
proper
day.
pissing down outside.
It sounds
you can hear
like
that in here.
We've got headphones on as well.
I know.
Yeah, I'm absolutely fascinated by the deep sea. Just the sea in general. I absolutely love it.
Just the fact, and I don't know why, I must have heard it somewhere, but I can't remember what it is, why they don't get crushed by pressure at such deep thingy.
Yeah.
When it's deep. Because obviously,
Beasts.
if we went down not in a submarine or these big things that go down, you get crushed, wouldn't you, completely?
These big things that go down.
What are they called?
Submarine.
It's a chambers thingy.
Well, that's the decompression chamber is what
Yeah.
you go in when you come up, when you sort of like surface, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you don't get the bends.
Yeah, but you can get like mini subs, can't you, that go
Yeah.
really, really deep down, you know,
Yeah.
and film
Like
everything
an
and stuff
ROV
like
or
that.
whatever they're called. I think.
Yeah, but if you stepped out of it, I mean, you just get crushed, wouldn't you? I don't
Just
understand.
open the door and step
step
out.
out, yeah. I think you're bigger worries.
That'd be stupid, though, wouldn't it?
Imagine surviving that though, and then getting hit by one of them. I'm all right, actually.
I'm okay.
I'm all right. Oh, fucking hell, get off.
No, I don't understand why, but maybe it's 'cause
I wonder about that though, because if you died out at sea and your body just went down to the bottom of the ocean, it doesn't just fold into itself.
yeah.
So
No, but you'd fill up with water and come back to the top, wouldn't you?
no,
A
but
human body.
what I mean is, if you look at like, I don't think you'd. I think you'd be squashed, but I don't
Yeah.
think you'd be crushed into like a cube.
I think you'd
you'd-
just disintegrate. I think you kind of like just go poof. One of them.
I don't think you're right there.
But it is.
I think your body intact would just drop to the bottom of the sea,
Right.
but the pressure under it would be so much that you couldn't obviously inhale or anything like
Yeah.
that. But I don't.
The water would play a part in that as
Yeah,
well.
no, I know that. But what,
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, I don't just think you, because it's like so many pounds per square inch there,
Yeah.
that when
Yeah.
you go down there, you just go
Yeah, just
and
implode.
become a cube. I don't think that
And it's
happens.
the evolution as well. I won't go on about, because you could talk all day about evolution. How
Yeah.
It's not real, is it?
About all type of animals evolve. You know, like they're saying they change the colour and to sort of like grey because they go near the surface and the gills lose the gills.
Yeah.
You know, you think, well, how does it happen? You know, what goes on inside, you know, the body that knows that that's what they need?
Yeah.
It's just amazes me.
It's unused. So
Survival of the fittest, isn't it? It's the ones...
camouflage. You know, animals that can camouflage like lizards and stuff like that. It's just
why don't we just tip the earth up a little bit, like drain all the water out? Find out what's in there, then tip it back again, fill it back up again. Because it's flat, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. See, the Earth's flat, evolution's a lie. All this stuff was made up. None of that was real. Sharks don't even exist.
Oh, right. It's fascinating.
According to some people.
Yeah. Fascinating, that though.
Yeah, great. I enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Don't forget, like and subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.